met him actually like 2 years ago at his Memorial Day party. Funniest thing about Drake is he drinks wine spritzers. Like, that's all he drinks.
Man, this nigga destroyed this nigga. He destroyed him, man. He destroyed him. Man, Kendrick destroyed this man, bro. What's the odds of all this shit happening? With you, baby. When I tell y'all, this about to be on point, crazy, a doozy, I'm not lying to y'all, man. And before I start, everybody go support my guy, What's the Dirt. His channel link is going to be in the description, man. This dude is a genius breaking down these diss tracks, man, throughout that whole Kendrick and Drake beef that was going on about 2 months ago. Regardless who won that shit, that was hip-hop history, man. I mean, we all know who won, but I'm just saying, bro, that was hip-hop history, right? And when that shit was going on, that was hip-hop history. I had a lot of fun listening to it with y'all, man, so that was a moment. That was a moment in hip-hop, man. And what my guy do right here, man, he break down all the tracks, man. He broke down the Euphoria track. I think he broke down Family Matters track. He broke down mostly all the tracks in the whole beef, man. And this one right here, I've been waiting on. You know why? Because I feel like 616 in LA, lyrically, the most underrated track out of that whole disc, man. Everybody talk about Not Like Us as they should, though. That's the anthem. But this song right here, lyrically, it was Kendrick at his best, man. And I know it's going to be a lot of points in this video. We're going to catch a lot of lines I ain't peeped when I first reacted to it. That's why I'm doing it today. I think he dropped this he dropped this yesterday. Everybody was talking about it on Twitter and all that. So I thought, why not just watch it with y'all, man? And this dude a genius, man. Hope y'all enjoyed this. Like, subscribe if y'all know. This What's the Dirt? Kendrick 616 in LA. This actually explained. He said there's new info on this one. So put your seat and recline, man. Grab y'all drink, smoke, grab y'all weed. It's a long one. Let's get it.
Alright guys, I've been eagerly chipping away at the breakdowns for all the recent diss tracks that we got, and today we're looking at 616 in LA. Now, if you haven't watched my other breakdowns on these records, please make sure to do that, as it should offer...
He even broke down the Chris Brown and Quavo shit. Hey, this dude breaks it all down to a T. Like I said, his channel is in the description. Y'all go support my guy.
Some good insight into where we're at in the beef up to this point. And I promised my nephew I'd do this, so huge shout out to Marty. Marty wants to be a YouTuber someday, and if he wants to do it, he can do it. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't do it, okay, buddy? So, right off rip, it was on Euphoria where Kendrick alluded to going back-to-back on Drake, and that's exactly what he did on this record, releasing 616 in LA just 3 days later.
Back to back, I like that record. I'm gonna get back to that for the record.
And this was something that I predicted over a month ago before any of the disses dropped, when all we had was the Like That record. I think Kendrick's gonna use Drake's own angle against.
This dude predicted the whole Kendrick and Drake beef 7 months ago, like way before the beef even started. Like he said, it was it was like way before. It was like 7 months ago. He broke down that whole entire beef. That's how I knew about this dude. So he I gotta say, he be on point, man.
And he'll probably even reference back to back while he does it. So before we even begin, we have to take a close look at the title of the track, as there's several meanings. First and foremost, the one that will jump out to any Drake fan is Kendrick's usage of the timestamp format. Drake is synonymous with timestamp titles, and it's on these records where he gets super busy with the pen. Whenever someone tries to tell me that Drake can't rap, I'll always tell them, check out one of those records, then tell me that he can't rap. So this was
you say Drake can't rap, I don't give a fuck, he got ghostwriters, we all know that. But that man can rap, man, especially on them type of songs, the timestamp songs, and the location, man, I'll tell you, hey, Drake, we all seeing that shit on Family Matters, he can rap his ass off.
Very strategic and petty angle from Kendrick as he attempts to taint Drake's long-running series. Even since this track dropped, we've seen multiple people claim that Kendrick's version of the timestamp was way better than any of Drake's, and this very well could have been Kendrick's goal. And let's be realistic, Drake still has by far the best timestamp records.
Man,
he
come
still,
on, man.
He still lays claim to that. Now, as far as the other meanings behind this title, there are several theories bouncing around, but I'm going to give you guys the most significant meaning and truly break down why that is. It was on June 16th, 2011 that Kendrick met Drake for the very first time.
What's the odds of this shit, man? This dude a genius, man. This dude, Kendrick, hey, this dude a genius. He met Drake for the first time in June 16th. Man, come on. What's the odds of this shit, man? The universe a motherfucker, bro. What's the odds? And y'all end up beefing around that date? Come on, bro. What's the odds, man?
2011 that Kendrick met Drake for the very first time. In a XXL magazine, Kendrick described the meeting saying, "I did a show in Toronto on June 16th. My first show in Toronto.
Too.
I think it was the same night we were going back to the hotel and he hit my phone. I guess he got the word that I was in town. He was there for the night working on the album and he said he wanted to meet up. We met up, chilled out, and got the vibe." Now remember, the Buried Alive track that Kendrick did for Drake was based on this moment when they first met. On Buried Alive, Kendrick reflects on this meeting with Drake, mentioning how Drake introduced him to the glitz and glamour of celebrity life. Kendrick described being picked up in a Maybach by Drake and states that Drake brought him to a fancy place to eat where he talked to Kendrick about women and the industry. However, on the track, Kendrick truly struggles with the idea of becoming famous as he's afraid it will change him for the worse, but he also realizes that this type of lifestyle comes with the territory. Now, what's extremely critical to point out is how Kendrick ends off the track.
The reason why the highlight was when he said you belong to the people when you outside.
So he clearly says that's what he said. Now, who is he? Who's he talking about?
So dig a shovel full of money, full of power, full of pussy, full of fame, and bury yourself alive. Then I died.
What most people fail to realize is that these last few lines is not Kendrick speaking to himself, but Drake having a conversation with Kendrick. And this is the part that's really important. When asked by XXL to explain the meaning of why the track ended like this, Kendrick said the following. At the end of the verse, that's him in the conversation. Him telling me that you must accept this lifestyle and it's up to you how far you're going to go with it or how much you're going to let in. I then acknowledge what he's saying when I say, then I died, which leaves it hanging on the audience trying to figure out where I would go with it. Will I let it taint me or destroy me, or will I know how to deal with it? So I mean, it's on this night, June 16th, where Drake is giving Kendrick a pep talk about fame, the industry, how to deal with it. This Buried Alive interlude is important because Drake gives Kendrick a choice. He tells him that fame will come and that it's up to him on how he deals with it. But the thing is, Kendrick wasn't the only person who needed to make this choice. This whole thing rings true for Drake as well because Drake had the exact same choice to make, and after Take Care, his fame exploded and he was completely consumed by it. Drake's lifestyle in 2024 isn't that much different from the lifestyle that he showed Kendrick back in 2011. Drake is still living that same old rapper's life, it's just on a far bigger scale. Now, in the case of Kendrick, he ended off the record making us wonder which way he'd go with it, and today, we now know what choice he made. Unlike Drake, Kendrick did not get buried by the temptations of money, power, pussy, and fame. Both artists took an entirely different route, and the Buried Alive interlude is important because it acts as a full circle moment.
I never knew that was the concept of that song, Buried Alive. I remember hearing that. That's one of my favorite Drake albums, period. I never knew that was the concept of him having a conversation with Drake, pretty much accepting the new profound fame that you about to have. He was speaking to Kendrick. I ain't know that was a concept. See what I'm saying, though? We gonna catch a lot of lines like that, like we ain't know of, bro. Wait, what's the dirt, bro?
By Kendrick using the date June 16th in the title, Drake knows exactly what he's referring to, and bringing this up 13 years later is extremely powerful. Kendrick proved to have the strength to resist the temptations that Drake warned him about, and Drake himself was weak and couldn't do the same. I gotta say, Drake flips this narrative really well on Family Matters, but that one's coming up next. So when we get a track like Euphoria, all these years later, the shit that he's saying to Drake is all the more impactful.
I'm allergic to the lame shit, only you like being famous.
Fans might take lines like this one lightly, But it holds a lot of depth because Kendrick knows that when he first met Drake, Drake had plans of keeping a level head, as that's what their conversation was about. This is only further confirmed in the Double XL interview when he talks about Drake and the concept of the Buried Alive track. I felt like he was in a space now where vanity's everywhere, and he had his hands on every bit of it, and he's trying to escape that. But what's clear today is Drake lost his fight. I mean, he didn't escape it at at
It's a 2004 Acura
Oh, he tried to escape
CSX.
the fans.
It's a nice first car for like a teenager, I guess, as opposed to a Mercedes or BMW. I think that's...
Man, that shit looked like it was in 06, man. Drake, that wasn't no prime Drake or Drake, you know, blowing up. But this is like pre-Drake, before all that. It's like 2007. I see what you mean, though.
pretentious, personally.
And this is exactly why Kendrick uses June 16th in the title and why it's so significant. It's by far the most significant use of the title. 6/16, the day that they first met, the first collaboration they did, Drake's sophomore album, an entire record was made about that moment. Now we're 13 years later, and it's coming up again.
Crazy,
and like I said,
man,
Drake
crazy.
knew exactly what he was doing with this title, because just days after 6/16 in LA dropped, Drake posted a Buried Alive Part 2 parody song where he mocks Kendrick and flips the narrative again.
See, you know what was so crazy about that whole beef? We was so wrapped up in that single day. Remember, Family Matters dropped, then Meet the Gram dropped. I swear to God, I ain't figure out this shit, the way he mocked the whole Buried Alive song, Drake version of that song. I didn't even know it dropped. I'm like, what the fuck? I was listening to the shit. I thought we was gonna hear Kendrick verse. Whole time Drake made a whole mockery of that song. I ain't even noticed that. That's how crazy that whole beef was, bro. Even the low key shit didn't even get noticed like this. I ain't even know.
If you in a pine box, that's how you felt in 2011 while we wasting time. Dreams come true, Crody. This is where you die.
Ha.
Let's fucking go. Come on, hit the like button. However,
hit that like
6/16 in LA could possibly be in reference
I'm gonna do that for you too. Shout out to What's the Dirt, man. Everybody go support his channel for real though.
allegations of Drake being involved with younger women. As you guys know, Drake goes by the Six God, and 16-year-old girls for him might just be prime real estate. That is the allegations.
Hell no. Them the allegations, man.
Oh, girls for him might just be prime real estate. That is the allegations. Allegations. Now, this is only further supported when we look at a young woman by the name of Bella Harris.
My God.
Bella is an LA-based model who, even at the age of 13, stood at a height of 5'10", and she skipped the teen division of modeling and moved directly up to the women's division. So get this.
Man, you 5'10" at 13 years old? Hey, I swear to God, man. Hey, you better move up. Fuck you talking about? You ain't gonna be... You damn near 6 foot as a woman. Better move up the list. Fuck you talking about.
Teen division of modeling and moved directly up to the women's division. So get this, at the age of 13, this child is being like categorized and showcased as a full-grown woman.
That's crazy.
When I was about 13, I was really tall. I was like 5'9", and everyone's like,
Tall
"Oh my
as
God, how
hell."
old are you?" I'm 12 and 13.
And back in 2018, the internet went crazy as Drake was spotted with a then 18-year-old Bella taking pictures that resembled that of a happy couple. This shit feels like teenage fever. However, Drake has ties with Bella that dates back to 2016, and given Kendrick's angle throughout this beef, I think this is what he's talking about. This is a picture of Drake and Bella at Rihanna's Anti-World Tour.
Everybody was talking about this too. I think she was 16 years old in this picture too, which is crazy. I think this was made took in 2016. So she had to been she had to been a little bit older than that. I think she was around that age limit, but people were saying she was underage while they took this picture. Now I'm not saying, like I said, I'll tell everybody this, bro. I'm not saying Drake is a PDF file, but these are alarming, bro. We can't ignore that. All these pictures, all these other allegations, Millie Bobby Brown, all that shit, the girl on stage, all of this shit is alarming. That's all I gotta say. I ain't saying he a PDF file, but hey, this alarming.
Sure. As you can see, the date of this photo is May 5th, 2016, and when we look at Rihanna's tour history, she was indeed in LA for that date. Then when we look at the fact that Bella had literally just turned 16, just 1 month before this photo was taken, it's all the more compelling.
Man.
616 in LA, Drake the Six God was indeed with a 16-year-old girl in LA. And I mean,
it's so many sixes. I think the devil might pop out this video, man. Hey, what's the dirt? Chill out, man. Too many sixes, man. Hey, where my Bible at?
Drake the Six God was indeed with a 16-year-old girl in LA. And I mean, Kendrick said he had 5 more diss tracks in stock. And I believe him. I think he was about to get far deeper into this shit, had this thing kept going.
And that's the scariest part about all this shit. And I've been hearing rumors, man. I've been hearing whispers. They saying if Kendrick, because I guess he shot the video for Not Like Us, he said as soon as that music video dropped, Drake gonna fire on him, dropped another diss track, ready for another round. Hey, Drake, you better tread lightly. You don't want to do that. Because they did say Kendrick got 5 tracks waiting for your ass. So, hey, the rabbit hole can get deeper, man. That's all I
think he was about to get far deeper into this shit, had this thing kept going. Furthermore, Kendrick dropped the record at 6:16 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is 6:16 in LA. Then we got the fact that June 16th is Tupac's birthday. And considering that we've seen a few references to Pac in this beef already, this one seems to make sense.
Kendrick, we need ya.
Next June 16th is Father's Day, and we have seen a slew of references.
What is this, bro? What's the odds of this shit, bro? Hey, we all, man, Kendrick's smarter than we think, man. He dropped it on Father's Day. Drake called himself the Sixth God. They met on June 16th, 2011. He allegedly hooked up with a 16-year-old, allegedly. Man, what's up with that? Like, Kendrick, man, hey, this nigga smart as hell, bro.
Next June 16th is Father's Day, and we have seen a slew of references with respect to Drake and being a shitty dad, and also jabs towards the fact that Drake's own father was absent.
You don't know nothing about that.
And of course, Drake also executive produced the hit show Euphoria, and the first episode of that show aired on June 16th. And that's as far as I'm going to go with the title. There's a lot of theories out there, but these are the ones that make sense to me. Said, let's move on to the artwork, which is simply a cropped out version of the artwork that we would see on Meet the Grams.
Hey, people not peeping that. Hold on. This, I feel like when he posted that 616 artwork, that was like a warning. Remember that stuff Drake left at the hotel and whatnot, and Kendrick got a hold of by that Ebony Prince dude? I feel like he posted this as like a warning. Hey, bro, I know more than you, nigga. We on to your ass. Then he posted Family Matter with the whole picture. Hey, man, this dude, it's psychological warfare, man. I'm telling y'all, bro.
Which is simply a cropped out version of the artwork that we would see on Meet the Grams, where Kendrick allegedly had an inside mole collecting Drake's personal items and feeding him information. And this whole thing with the artwork and these items, like, this turned into this really grew legs after. It turned into this whole other conversation. So we've got the title, we've got the artwork, now let's move to the beat selection. First and foremost, the track is co-produced by Jack Antonoff, who is a pop producer most known for his work with Taylor Swift. This is likely a troll on Drake's previous claims on Taylor Made, where he insinuated that Taylor Swift had all this power over Kendrick. Now, what I feel Kendrick is really trying...
I mean, that is smart, man. I'm not finna drop my song on my album the same week as Taylor Swift. He trying to clown Kendrick for that. Hey, listen. I think she sold like 2 million her first week on her last album. The fuck, I ain't gonna drop the same week as her. The fuck? That's smart. That's a smart man to me. I remember Drake saying that. I'm like, hey, that's a smart nigga to me. I don't give a fuck.
Taylor Swift had all this power over Kendrick. Now, what I feel Kendrick is really trying to drive home here by using this producer is that just like the culture of hip-hop, even high-level people within the industry itself do not like Drake and are more than happy to help bring him down. I think Kendrick's just leaning into it. Like, yeah, I am friends with Taylor, and she's co-signing this diss. She doesn't like you. Her producer doesn't like you. Nobody likes you. Like, this is a tailor-made diss for you. The instrumental samples
Drake.
Al Green's song What a Wonderful Thing
Shout out
Love
to Al
Is,
Green.
and Drake's Uncle Teeny Hodges is credited as playing guitar
He
on
played
that
guitar.
record. However, what
That's
makes it
crazy. Like, what the fuck be going on this universe, man? What's the odds of Drake father playing the guitarist of the Al Green group of that song, and Kendrick sample him on 616? Man, come on, bro. This crazy.
Hodges is credited as playing guitar on that record. However, what makes it even more impressive is the fact that Kendrick sampled Teddy Pendergrass on Euphoria, and now he's sampling
Back to
Al
back.
Green,
Back to
and they
back.
both had an
Yup.
album together called Back to Back Hits.
He said back to back. I like the word. I'm gonna get back to that for the record, man. Come on,
Feeding
bro.
even more into Kendrick's
Yup.
claims that he was going back to back on Drake. And people say that Kendrick fans are reaching all the time, but
It's right there.
this is clearly thought out. I mean,
right
they these records were very, very well planned. With all that said, we can now finally get into the lyrics of the song.
We ain't even get to the track yet.
Actually, I'm just kidding. No lyrics yet, because did you hear that noise? Like, what in the fuck is that? People were claiming that this sound was from the V12 light.
Hey, that ventilator that y'all heard in the beginning of that track, I've been hearing a whole bunch of theories about that. I'm not even finna get into, but he probably gonna discuss it on here, so we gonna wait on it.
People suction machine,
we
which was something that Kendrick referenced on Euphoria.
Yep.
But when you really listen to that machine in action, it doesn't sound like this at all.
It's a ventilator or something.
And the main reason why this video took so long is because I got extremely subject stuck on finding out what the sound was. First, I thought that it could be a money counter.
Nah, that don't sound like a money counter.
I thought maybe it's a lie detector test. Then I was thinking it was one of those old 16 mil projectors. Then I was thinking maybe it could be a life support machine.
That's what I thought it was.
I was manipulating an equalizer, changing the pitch, adding plugins, still couldn't narrow it down. And if it wasn't for my girlfriend, I would probably still be doing it right now because she had to tell me, look, Matt, it's time to move on. It drove me crazy because there's no way that Kendrick...
That sound like a ventilator, bruh. That literally, that's why I'm saying this shit get deeper, because that literally sounds like a ventilator. That's what people start making all these theories about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about, bro. That's when the theories start, coming up about that.
Look, Matt,
But
it's
that sound
time
like a
to move
ventilator.
on. It drove me crazy because there's no way that Kendrick's looping that sound for as long as he did, and it means nothing. Like, it means something. And Drake's probably the only one who's going to pick up on it. However, something I do feel fairly confident about is that if you really listen to the beat closely, Kendrick chooses to chop up the Al Green sample and loops it so that it sounds like he's saying, "Boy Wonder." Now, you...
So what you trying to say? Boy Wonder was the mole this whole time? Because people was talking about that too. Man, this nigga Kendrick is a fucking G. Hey, if that's the case, he the smartest nigga in rap history, bro.
Boy Wonder. Now, you gotta remember, this track is in response to the Push Ups record, where Drake sampled the drop from Who Kid. And as we know now, this drop turned out to have a hidden message that flew over all of our heads, as Drake will later announce that Kendrick's child might not be his.
I heard that one of them little kids might be dead free.
And for that reason, I feel like it's on this
You
track.
know what's so crazy about that line, bro? It was hard when I first heard it. Then DJ Academic said that was false, man. That's actually Kendrick Kid and all that. Shit crazy.
Little kids might be dead free.
And for that reason, I feel like it's on this track where Kendrick is using one of Drake's close producers to also send some sort of message. By using this little sample, I feel like Kendrick is trying to get inside Drake's head to cast doubt on who the mole could be in his camp. Drake commonly refers to himself as the boy, and in this case, I think Kendrick is asking Drake to think. Kendrick got the boy wondering, like, I wonder who's leaking all my info. I wonder who's the mole. Like, boy, I wonder who's doing all this shit.
Hey, Kendrick, the type of rapper that you gotta listen to him like 10 times to fully understand the lyrics, bro. That's what my guy What's the Dirt doing right now. Like, on the reactions, I miss it. Like, when I look back at it, knowing how the beef went out and all that, I missed a lot of lines, bro. It's a lot of lines from the Euphoria reaction, this song, and even Not Like Us. I missed, bro. That I ain't even catch, and I wish I would have catch, but Kendrick one of them type of rappers, bro. That's why I feel like he got over Drake, bro. Drake, not saying Drake can't get complex, but when you listen to one Drake song, you kind of got all the lines pretty much. Kendrick, you got to listen to him like 10 times for real, bro. Damn near your third eye gotta open up. I ain't gonna lie, your third eye gotta open up listening to him.
So right off rip, Kendrick references
Survival.
Drake's track Survival. Now, Survival came at a time when Drake was fresh off his loss from Pusha T, and he was still heavily beefing with Pusha and Kanye at this time. As you guys remember, Drake allegedly had a career-ending red button diss for Pusha and Kanye, but he held it back, and it's on the Survival track where he appears to make mention to wanting to drop it.
I was about to, man, I thought about it. It's unsettling to talk about it.
So Drake leaves a blank in this record, and it's up to the listener to interpret what this could mean. But the way that I see it, he was either talking about putting a hit on Pusha and Kanye, or he just really wanted to drop that track, but it was so scathing that it was unsettling for him to even think about where he was about to go with it.
I don't care how unscathed and how damaging that track was. Hey, guess what? It didn't happen because of this man right here. I'm glad he on the screen too. This man right here, man. Gonna call a peace treaty and all that, bro. Like he your daddy or something, man. Jay Prince
and Kanye, or he just really wanted to drop that track, but it was so scathing that it was unsettling for him to even think about where he was about to go with it.
Simply because it crossed the line of music.
Either way,
I get sick every time I see this man. I'm sorry, I ain't got nothing against Jay Prince, but I still feel some type of way him stopping that shit, man. What time? Like, when we ever start? Oh, that's crossing the line. Ain't rap beef ever. Man, as a man, bro, you gotta just take your L, man. As a man, he lost that beef, man. I ain't trying to hear, oh, man, it was damaging. It crossed the line. I ain't want to do him like that. I ain't hear it, bro. It didn't come out. It don't count, man. I ain't trying to hear none of that. Oh, it crossed the line. When we do that? Where we do that at in rap beef, man? Nah,
where he was about to go with it.
Simply because it crossed the line of music.
Either way, the common denominator in this case with respect to Kendrick is the fact that Drake is now saying the exact same thing to him. Again, Drake is making claims that he has some lethal secret, threatening to drop it.
This ain't even everything I know, don't wake the demon up.
However, Kendrick's own senses are telling him that Drake is lying, as he claims that he thinks, smells, and sees the bullshit coming, and just like the alleged held back Pusha diss, Kendrick claims he sees no fire. I feel like he's saying, you were bullshitting then, now you're trying to pull the same stunt again.
Exactly.
You're full of it.
Off-white sun seeker.
Full of it. I ain't trying to hear no, I would have crossed the line. It's damaging. I wouldn't feel right with myself. That's what we said. I wouldn't feel right with myself releasing that track. I ain't trying to hear none of that, bro. The track didn't release. You took an L. It's all good, bro. It happens, bro. I always commend Drake for even stepping up against Pusha, even Kendrick, bro. But I ain't trying to hear no, I would have went too far. None of that, bro. You know, you full of shit.
Now you're trying to pull the same stunt again. You're full of it.
Off-white sun seeker at the marina. Fuck a phantom, I like to buy yachts when I get the fever.
So right away here, any seasoned Drake fan will tell you that when it comes to timestamp records, Kendrick is clearly matching Drake's subject matter stylistically.
Is there more to life than going on trips to Dubai? Yachts on the 4th of July, G5 soaring the skies. Roll big.
I like to buy the yachts when I get the fever. He mentioned yachts on that verse right here.
On trips to Dubai, yachts on the 4th of July, G5 soaring the skies. Roll big body, wide body, Calabasas road winder, sun shining, wax tires.
But here's the thing, I don't think Kendrick's
like
rapping from his own perspective here at all. I think he's rapping as if he were Drake.
Wow.
13 years ago, Kendrick ended off the Buried Alive verse speaking in the perspective of Drake, and I feel he's now circling back to do that again.
So he rapping on his, like, in his perspective. And he kind of got the same style as him on them 4 a.m. in Calabasas, 5 in Toronto and all them timestamp stones. Hold on. Let me hear that
Of
again.
Drake, and I feel he's now circling back to do that again.
Off-white Sunseeker had the marina. Fuck a phantom, I like to buy yachts when I get the
I
fever.
think
So,
on
rapping
to
in the
something.
perspective of Drake, he says Off-White Sunseeker. Now, this would be in reference to one of Drake's close friends, Virgil, who not only had the designer brand Off-White, but also, during a 2022 Louis Vuitton fashion show, the background music for that show was an album by Tyler, the Creator, called Sunseeker.
See what I'm saying? You gotta listen to this dude at least 20 times, man. This dude was mentally prepared for this war, man. And you know what's so crazy? You know what's so crazy about the Drake fans? I ain't got nothing against Drake. I'm talking to his fans, bro. They was begging for this man to drop. Then when Kendrick finally dropped, and he was so prepared for all this shit, this war, so calculated with his bars and all that. Oh, he doing too much. He pushing it. He clout chasing. Man, shit, you can't win with these fans, bro. Your boy wanted this shit, man. He was literally begging for this shit, bro.
2022 Louis Vuitton fashion show, the background music for that show was an album by Tyler, the Creator, called Sunseeker.
Shout out to Tyler.
And this was Virgil's baby. This was his show. He directed it. And rest in peace to Virgil. Secondly, a Sunseeker at the marina is in reference to a company called Sunseeker, which is a builder of luxury yachts. But in the next line, things only get deeper. In the second line, Kendrick, from the perspective of Drake, claims that he's tired of buying Phantoms and now likes to buy yachts when he gets the fever. First and foremost, you gotta think about this. Kendrick does not rap about flaunting a lavish lifestyle. He doesn't own a yacht. He's not one for buying yachts.
I'm pretty sure
This
he
is
got a
just
yacht.
so far outside of the subject matter in his music and what he
Hey, what's the dirt? I think he got it. Yeah, hey, I ain't gonna lie. I don't give a fuck how humble you is, man. You worth $100 million, bro. I'm buying a yacht. I'm buying at least one yacht, man. I'm buying some cars too, but hey, shit, I'm buying a yacht. Hey, Kendrick can be humble as he wants to be, man. He got at least one yacht, man. But I see we went with like with this one.
This is just so far outside of the subject matter in his music and what he represents. And that is because he is rapping as if he were Drake. I don't believe that this first chunk of the verse is from Kendrick's perspective at all. A Phantom is a model of car from Rolls-Royce that Drake not only owns multiple variations of, but he's mentioned the Phantom in at least 10 different tracks over the years, maybe even more.
Now I'm in the Rolls with illuminated angel. All my Rolls Royces got a different body. Facts. Bought a white ghost, now shit is getting spooky. Leg hanging out the fan.
However, Kendrick is painting it as if the Phantom is no longer scratching the itch for Drake. He needs to go bigger, which is exactly what he did when he rented the Ocean Coral yacht in 2022.
No one will say for sure how much Coral Ocean is worth, but I can tell you it's well north of $100 million.
When Drake rented this yacht, he was going all over the place.
Let me go back. It said, I think in the thumbnail, it said how much it was for a week. Hold on, man. $600K a weekly? Man, that's that different type of money. That's a different type of bag, man.
All over the place. Like, he was traveling everywhere. Now, here's where things take a turn and get a lot darker. Following up on his previous line about yachts, he claims that he likes to buy yachts when he gets the fever, and the
No, I already know he about to go with this one. Oh my God. Oh no, don't tell me. What's the dirt, man? Chill out.
Fever is another builder of luxury yachts. Now, this is where it goes left. The Sunseeker has another line of yachts called the Predator, and as we...
That's my God, bro. I knew it. Hey, when I see that shit, bro, when he said fever, I was like, oh yeah, he about to go there, man.
The Sunseeker has another line of yachts called the Predator, and as we know, Drake has a song called Teenage.
I knew it. I fucking knew it, man. I knew it, bro. When I heard him say fever, a yacht, Predator, and this song, Teenage Fever, Man, I hope all them PDF allegations ain't true against Drake, man. And people thought I wanted that shit to happen. I don't want him to be a PDF file. I pray to God that shit fake, man. For real. But I ain't gonna lie. Like I said before, if the top dogs like Kendrick, that's high up in the industry, saying this about you, we gotta put our eye to that. Like, you know, we gotta really look over that shit, man. About Drake. We can't ignore that, bro. Because I'm not saying Kendrick telling the truth. I ain't saying he telling a lie. But all I'm saying is, when you that high in the industry, knowing what you can lose, but they want to say the Illuminati, all that, they gonna take all your shit for putting shit out like this against what y'all want to call golden child. Man, this shit risky, man. And you gotta look over that, bro.
Yachts called The Predator, and as we know, Drake has a song called Teenage Fever. Now, where it gets crazy is when we look at Drake's relationship with Millie Bobby Brown. Here she is with Drake on a yacht at the young age of 13.
Let's watch this, bro. I want to see what you got to say about this. Hold on, man.
This photo was taken in 2017, shortly after his More Life album dropped, which had the track Teenage Fever, and coincidentally enough, the media was categorizing the More Life album as yacht rap. Now, to put the cherry on top, where was this picture taken? At a marina. Think about it. Sunseeker has a...
At the marina. Oh my God. Hold on.
Yacht called The Predator. Drake's More Life album was being called yacht rap. It had a track called Teenage Fever. He's with a 13-year-old girl on a yacht, and in this picture, they're at a marina. This
off-white Sunseeker at the marina. Fuck a yacht. He say, fuck a fan. I like to buy yachts when I get the fever. Teenage Fever. They at the marina. Millie, man. Oh man, I swear to God, bro. Hey, I swear to God, bro. Kendrick the greatest. I don't give a fuck. Hey, Nas, I'm sorry, man. Kendrick the greatest, man. I ain't gonna lie. He the greatest, man.
Year-old girl on a yacht, and in this picture, they're at a marina. This is not a coincidence at all.
At all.
It's not. And Kendrick drops plenty of little clues here just in how he pronounces certain words. And if you pay attention to how he says, I like to buy yachts, he's actually making a reference to Dubai yachts.
Fuck a phantom, I like to buy yachts when I get the fever.
Is there more to life than going on trips to Dubai? Yachts on the 4th of July.
And back in 2015, Drake was very happy to announce that he was on a yacht in Dubai. And if you're familiar with Kendrick's catalog, you'll know that he does shit like this a lot in his writing.
Wine cooler spill on my white t-shirt, the sightseer.
So again, Kendrick is rapping as if he were Drake. Not only does Kendrick hardly ever drink, but when he does drink, it's exclusively wine.
Yeah, I drink a little bit.
What's your preferred beverage?
Just wine. Like Jesus.
What about, have you ever...
Now, there is a huge difference in wine and wine coolers. Most men do not drink wine coolers. I'm talking about fruity drinks with soda and tons of sugar. Kendrick uses little keywords like this to let the listener know that this is not his life we're talking about. Kendrick's not drinking.
Yeah, he right, bro. He rapping on his perspective. All white sunset at the marina. Fuck a yacht. I mean, fuck a fan. I like to buy yachts when I get the fever. He rapping it Drake perspective. Man, this nigga the greatest, man. I ain't gonna lie, he the greatest, bro. He the greatest I ever heard, bro. Hey, Nas, I'm sorry, bro. Man, I can't put him over Nas. But he up there, man. He one of the greats, man. This solidifies it, man.
To let the listener know that this is not his life we're talking about. Kendrick's
Drake
not drinking wine coolers, guys. Drake is the guy that loves wine coolers. That's pretty much all he drinks. And what's even more interesting is how wine coolers became his beverage of choice in the first place.
Were you drinking white wine spritzer?
I was. That's my drink of choice. It's basically my mother had a friend who I was always sort of like infatuated with. We used to go to her house and be poolside, and she used to like fill up a white wine spritzer, and she would like casually slide it and leave it there, and then she'd just show up with another one, and I always felt like she was trying to send me a message. So I've kept that a consistent theme. How we get it?
Of course she was trying to send. That's completely inappropriate. How old were you?
I don't know, like 15. But
so I've kept that a consistent theme.
And take a good guess at who else loves wine coolers. Teenage girls, right? And coincidentally enough,
pray to God them allegations ain't true, man. I pray to God, hey Drake, please let this shit not be true, bro. You know, I don't want to go through another R. Kelly phase where I be uncomfortable listening to his music and all that, knowing he a sick ass nigga. Hey, he's still the king of R&B. I don't give a fuck. But hey, it be somewhat uncomfortable listening to this nigga, knowing what he, you feel me? I hope this ain't no same situation, bro. Hey, I hope, I'm not gonna say he a PDF file, but I hope it ain't gonna turn out like that, bro. Cause these...
Who else loves wine coolers? Teenage girls, right? And coincidentally enough, with respect to this line, a 17-year-old Madison Beer attended Drake's Memorial Day party in 2016.
What?
And she shared the following story.
I met him actually like 2 years ago at his Memorial Day party. Funniest thing about Drake is he drinks.
What the fuck a 17-year-old going to a party for, man? Where the IDs at? They don't do that no more. I guess they don't check IDs no more, man. You feel me? They don't check IDs no more. Unless he came in with a fake ID. The fuck you doing that, man? Drake, I swear to God, bro. Drake, please let this shit be fake.
Story.
I met him actually like 2 years ago at his Memorial Day party. Funniest thing about Drake is he drinks wine spritzers. Like, that's all he drinks.
Man, this nigga destroyed this nigga. He destroyed him, man. He destroyed him. Man, Kendrick destroyed this man, bro. What's the odds of all this shit happening? He destroyed this man, bro. Hey, Drake, I salute you for stepping up to the plate all the time, bro. Because not a lot of rappers in the world will go up against his man, bro, or even Pusha T. But, hey, this dude was well-equipped, prepared for all this shit, man. What's the odds, man? Kendrick. Hey, I pray to God Drake don't say nothing after this. Drake, you better be quiet. Don't say nothing. Ever after this. Don't say nothing because he got 5 tracks. He said he got 5 tracks waiting for your ass. And the rabbit hole can get deeper. Destroyed this nigga, man.
In 2016, and she shared the following story.
I met him actually like 2 years ago at his Memorial Day party. Funniest thing about Drake is he drinks wine spritzers. Like, that's all he drinks. I was like, can we go to the bathroom in your room? I was like, I just really don't want to wait on this line. And he was like, yeah, of course. And this girl had like a vodka cranberry or something in her hand, and she tripped and fell and spilled all over Drake. Like, all over his, like...
We said wine cooler spilling on my teeth or something like that. That's what Kendrick said. What? Oh my God, this nigga. Hey, he a military mind. Hey, he a sergeant, bro. This nigga Kendrick a sergeant. In his past life, he was a military sergeant, a lieutenant, man. This man, oh my God.
Cranberry or something in her hand, and she tripped and fell and spilled all over Drake. Like, all over his like white sweatsuit.
At this point in time, Madison had just turned 17 2 months prior, and at this point in time,
the same year I was born.
Madison had just turned 17 2 months prior.
Like, first of all, what's a 17-year-old doing at your party, man? Like I said, they don't check IDs no more. Then he just casually, or you can come in my bathroom. Then I guess the girl spilled the drink on his t-shirt, whatever. Kendrick rapped about that same shit and it's spilling a white tea over, you know? That's crazy, man. How the fuck Kendrick know this shit, man? Kendrick might be the mole the whole time. I don't know.
And this only acts as further proof that Drake seems to allow much younger girls at his parties. Madison claims that Drake loves wine coolers and then states that someone spilt the drink all over his white outfit.
All over his white
Kendrick
outfit.
seems to have been gathering this information about Drake for a very long time. And on this track, I feel like he's sending subtle reminders that most of us wouldn't catch.
Fun fact though, his house that he has a bathtub that is literally the size of this room. And it's gigantic.
How the fuck would you know? Hey, I ain't gonna lie. If I invite someone to my like, if I had a party at my crib, nobody going in my room. That's off limits, bro. Unless we getting, you know, we going, you feel me? We about to go to 1-2 with, you know? He just letting 17-year-olds. I'm just saying, though, it's weird. He letting 17-year-olds go up to his room, see his bathtub and everything, bro. What y'all do in that room, Drake? I got my eye on you, man. What y'all do in that room?
His house that he has a bathtub that is literally the size of this room. And it's gigantic and so dope. I was like sitting in it. I was like, can I just lay here and like chill?
I even found...
Oh, my bad for pausing too much, man. That shit crazy, dog. And I want to say this again, once again, for all the OVO panhandlers out there. I'm not saying Drake is a PDF file. I don't want him to be, none of that. But y'all gotta admit, man, all of these shits is weird. It's alarming, man. That's all I'm trying to say. All these shits alarming. You getting a 17-year-old in your party. She knows you drinking or drinks wine coolers and shit. You let her in your room. The bathtub's big as the whole room, probably bigger than this room. How the fuck she know? A 17-year-old. I'm just saying, all these shits alarming, man. Come on, man. That's an alarm right there, man.
And so dope. I was like sitting in it. I was like, can I just lay here and like chill?
I even found some footage of this exact Drake Memorial Day party where you can tell that the women in attendance, to me, don't really look like grown women.
Hell no!
Come on, guys. Like, I'm a fair man, but like, I'm not even assuming.
Come
here.
on,
Like,
man.
these are
Look like little ass girls. I think we witnessing another R. Kelly, man. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, Kendrick, man. You the greatest, man. I ain't gonna lie. This nigga, he destroyed this man, bro. He destroyed this man. Physically, mentally, psychologically, all that shit, bro. So I'm gonna check back in with y'all 10 years later if all this shit end up coming out. Allegedly. I don't know if it's all true, but hey, it's alarming, man.
Come on, guys. Like, I'm a fair man, but like, I'm not even assuming here. Like, these are clearly teenagers, right? And when he talks about wine coolers, he's talking about shit like this. Following up on the previous line, Kendrick writes for Drake by calling himself a sightseer, which is exactly what Drake was doing in 2022 when he rented that $50 million yacht. Here he is in St. Bart's at a New Year's Eve yacht party, and what we can easily conclude about this party is that teenage girls were definitely in attendance because there's clear evidence of this happening.
I got back from St. Bart's on Monday. Basically, it was an after party that we got invited to. It was on the Vava. So many cool people there. We talked with Drake for a little bit.
This girl was born on February 5th, 2004, which would mean she was only 17 years old during this yacht party.
Drake, I really think you really like them young, bro. Hey, Kendrick was right. Hey, you like them young, Drake. Hey, man, this shit crazy, man. It's just like, we're the grown motherfuckers at this party. Y'all ain't check these girls' IDs. Where the ID check? Where the security at? You feel? Why is these 16 and 17-year-olds going in these parties willingly, bro? I remember when I was like 16 trying to sneak into the strip club, man, they kicked my ass out. They threw me out like I was Will in Fresh Prince or something. Out the club. They don't do that shit no more? That's crazy, man. That's crazy, bro.
Just in St. Bart's with Drake and like 150 supermodels, innit?
And I think that Kendrick knows something about these parties. I do.
Trifecta, money, morals, and culture. That's my leisure.
In the second line, Kendrick says, trifecta, money, morals, and culture, that's my leisure. And again, this has nothing to do with Kendrick as he continues to rap as Drake here. First off, the definition of a trifecta pertains to gambling on horses, where to win, you need to guess the 3 winning horses in order.
Trifecta.
That means that in the case of this line, money would come first, morals would come second, and culture will be last.
Trifecta.
This is how we can easily rule Kendrick's own perspective out, as money is definitely not his first priority. Again, it's little things like this where it's clear to me that he's not rapping from his own perspective here.
Really, money really don't make me. I'm learning that now. You know, that's not really my peace of mind, having money.
In the case of the line as it pertains to Drake, money is seemingly at the forefront of everything that he does.
That's like a crazy ass approach for a verse on a song, man. And it's been done before, people rapping on other people's perspectives and whatnot. I seen Nas do that a lot, the songs I reviewed by him. But he actually rapping on his lifestyle, bro. That's crazy because he's, like you said, Kendrick don't really talk about money. Money don't really move him. But clearly, money moves Drake when he mentioned money, he gotta been talking about Drake, rapping on his perspective. And the wine coolers and all that. I don't know how Kendrick knew about all that shit. But hey, he said it. The rabbit hole can get deeper. So like I said, man, Drake, you better be quiet, man. Cut out all these memes and all that, all the subliminals. Man, you better not say nothing. Because, hey, this shit gonna come out, man, about you, bro. And I pray to God it don't. I don't wish on nobody downfall. But if you is doing some weird shit, you gotta get them up out of here, man.
He's willing to put aside morals and culture to get it. This explains why morals and culture come in second and third place within the trifecta. At the end of the day, those two things will never really matter for Drake, as money will always dictate his every move regardless. So, I mean, when we look at a trifecta, by definition, like what it means, the line makes literally no sense pertaining to Kendrick.
My visa, passport tatted, I show up in Ibiza.
Once again, I'm not sure how this would ever pertain to Kendrick, as he never raps about shit like this, and there's no documented proof that he has ever been to Ibiza. Not only that,
now that's a little bit of a stretch. I ain't gonna lie, like I said about him buying yachts and all that. I'm pretty sure that man's worth 100. I don't know how much Kendrick is worth, but he's in that tax bracket. I'm pretty sure he went to other countries, probably performed there, went with his family to Ibiza, or Drake, or he probably might be on to something, bro. But I'm pretty sure he flew around the country, man. He a platinum selling artist. He been everywhere. You feel
shit like this, and there's no documented proof that he has ever been to Ibiza. Not only that, Ibiza is known as the party capital of Europe, which doesn't really seem to be a place that fits into his lifestyle. When we look at how Kendrick structured and set up this first verse, it only makes sense from Drake's perspective, as he was in Ibiza on that exact same yacht. And Drake has referenced Ibiza.
God damn, bro. I love this dude, bro. Like I said, everybody go sub to What's the Dirt. Because if I would have never found out about none of this shit, man. You on a yacht in Ibiza? Oh yeah, he rapping on Drake's perspective, man. This shit get deep. Don't say he's reaching, because all this shit facts.
In his music many times.
Grab Lisa, bring her to Ibiza. Appealing Ibiza, so what? She took dick in Ibiza. We went to Ibiza.
And this whole infatuation with Ibiza, for Drake, this is new. He never talked about it before in his music. It's only these recent years where he's been bringing it up a lot. It's almost like Ibiza has become Drake's new favorite hub. And if you listen to how Kendrick enunciates this line, that's exactly what he says.
That's your hub in Ibiza, your hub in Ibiza.
And I don't know why Drake loves Ibiza so much, but maybe Kendrick does. And again, in very recent times, Drake referenced a tatted passport in his music.
My visa, passport tatted.
I tatted your passport up.
So this all ties and flows perfectly together in reference to Drake and how he lives his life. And given the fact that Kendrick rapped from Drake's perspective on Buried Alive, and this track is called 616 in LA, which was the date that they first met and the concept of that record, Kendrick is doing the same here. And the concept of the Buried Alive track...
Yeah, on the Buried Alive, he was rapping on... Well, it was a conversation him and Drake had. On this song, he rapping on the perspective of Drake, having that fame. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Because on the Buried Alive, he was telling Drake to accept the fame. This song, he rapping about Drake perspective in the fame. If I got it right, if I'm not wrong, bro.
Just as important for Family Matters, which we are doing next.
Luke Cali's dwellings in Brooklyn just to book me some pizza.
Kendrick continues to replicate the subject matter that Drake showcases on these timestamp records. If you heard Drake say a line like this straight from his mouth, you wouldn't second guess it, as it fits perfectly into the style of his pen.
Eating like I'm seated at Swiss Soto with Yosos. Catering is from Giorgio Bardi, Robin's favorite.
He nailed it. It is bang on how Drake raps on these tracks. Bang on.
Luke Cali's dwellings in Brooklyn just to book me some pizza.
It's just the way he enunciates shit is very cryptic. Like, he doesn't even say pizza. He says pizza.
Just to book me some pizza.
And book me some pizza is weird too. Like, there's shit in here that Drake is only gonna get. And on you.
I thought Kendrick stay in Brooklyn. He got a little penthouse in Brooklyn. Or he still Drake probably pulled up in Brooklyn, got some pizza or whatever. He might be.
Euphoria, remember, Kendrick said that he hates the way that Drake sneak disses people.
I hate the way that you sneak diss. If I catch flight, it's gonna be direct.
And what Kendrick means by that is Drake will diss someone and only his intended target will pick up on it. And due to the fact that Kendrick is mirroring his style and writing from Drake's perspective on a timestamp titled record, this first verse is riddled with shots at Drake that only he understands. And that's why the beginning of this record doesn't even sound like a diss, because he's writing in the style of Drake. There's no clear shots to us, but he's dissing Drake the way that Drake disses. And because Drake has been at this pizzeria in Brooklyn before, this is just another clue that Kendrick has given us that he's writing this verse from Drake's perspective.
God, my confession is yours.
And now we get to the point where I feel Kendrick does indeed switch perspectives back to himself, as it's at this moment where he starts to sing. And when you think about Drake's timestamp records, he doesn't really sing on those tracks at all.
God, my confession is yours.
Now, I saw that people tried to paint this line as if Kendrick was conflicted on whether or not he should go to war with Drake, but honestly, Kendrick has wanted this battle with Drake for a very long time.
But who am I if I don't go to war?
I don't think he's conflicted about the war itself, but he knows where he's about to go with this thing, and he's more or less confessing to God before he even puts his plan into action.
Yeah, basically ask for forgiveness, because hey, the way the rabbit hole is gonna get deep, you gotta ask for forgiveness, man. Hey, you got the way this shit turning out and the shit that he is supposed to on this song alone. If he claimed the rabbit hole gonna get deeper, man, all you can ask for is forgiveness for God, man. You have to, man. Shit, I'm gonna say the most damnest shit about this man, bro. I think my faith gonna be in question after I do this shit, man. You know?
More or less confessing to God before he even puts his plan into action. Kendrick knows he's about to go on attack, likely committing multiple sins, which will need forgiveness from God. If you pay attention to the way he delivers,
it's like a saying, like, Lord, forgive me for what I'm about to do to this man, like that type of shit.
These lyrics, he's deliberately singing in a very ugly, offbeat, non-sonically pleasing way.
God, my confession.
This singing style reflects Kendrick's internal chaos. He's holding some guilt as a dark side of him is about to emerge. It's like he's saying, like, I'm sorry, God, like, ahead of time, I'm sorry, but I gotta do this.
There's opportunity when living with loss. I discover myself would not fall short.
Some people thought that this meant Kendrick was worried about losing to Drake, and if he did, he'd learn something from it. But I don't think Kendrick even considered the possibility of losing this battle. I mean, let's be real here. He had this whole thing mapped out. I believe even at this point, he knew he had a winning strategy. Like, he knew he was going to win this thing. I feel that Kendrick knows that he's about to unleash a beast that we haven't seen before, and he's hinting at an internal struggle. When you think about it, Kendrick doesn't have any music in his catalog that resembles the subject matter on these diss tracks. I think the loss that he's talking about is he's about to lose control of himself, right? He's about to go against everything he stands for, like his faith. However, being a man of God, he knows that the Lord will forgive him, and he knows that going through with this thing will offer an opportunity for even more growth.
Raise my hands to a fallen sky. I fantasize me jumping planets, immortalized. I correspond.
So A Fallen Sky is basically an aftermath of a disaster, and it's here where Kendrick is daydreaming about the results of the war. He dreams of jumping planets and becoming immortalized as he's fantasizing about how a victory over Drake would cement his name in the hip-hop history books. And Kendrick's a rapper's rapper. Like, he's a hip-hop guy. And a lot of our legends had beefs, right? So I'm sure he's thought about adding a beef to his resume. He had to. These thoughts are so strong for Kendrick that they overpower his own faith, and it's here where he really decides that he needs to go through with it. He truly confirms this when he says, I correspond, meaning he needs to fulfill this fantasy. So I feel like he's daydreaming about, like, destroying...
He said, so destroying Drake's career is a fantasy. He did say he hate him, bro. I mean, he must have known a lot of shit that we don't know about Drake, but clearly he hates the man. So, you know, a win on this, hey...
Drake and getting him out of here and how that'll feel, and then he snaps out of it. and he says to himself, I gotta do this. I gotta go through with it. I correspond.
3 angels watching me all the time.
Kendrick claims that he has 3 angels watching him, and for anyone who's familiar with Christianity, you will be well aware of Michael, Gabriel, and Raphael. These are the 3 main angels chosen by God, and each angel represents something different. Given the fact that Kendrick knows he's about to embark on a journey that's testing his faith, he knows that these 3 angels are with him for guidance on the mission. And guys, he pretty much confirms this by bringing up some of these angels later on in the track. Outside of this biblical reference, in 2013, Kendrick lost 3 of his close friends, Chad, Pup, and Braze. He mentions these guys on multiple songs, but on a YG record, he makes reference to all 3 of them. From what I could gather, he was really close with all 3 of these young men, so it's very possible that the 3 angels is with him is these guys too.
Put my children to sleep with a prayer, then close my eyes. Definition of peace.
So coming off his Euphoria
This shit
disc,
get
Kendrick
deep, man.
painted Drake as a deadbeat dad.
That's whole shit. I got a son to raise, but I can see you don't know nothing about that.
Kendrick states that Drake is not instilling the same family values as he is, and in this line, he confirms that putting his kids to sleep with a prayer gives them 100% peace. This is all he seems to need. With Drake's kid, it's almost like he wants them to be just as famous as he is. Like almost like the Kardashians' kids or something, right? Where he's all up in the interviews, he's in the music videos, he's all over social media. Whereas Kendrick, you know, you're hard pressed to find even a photo of his kids. It's just 2 different parenting styles, we could say at a minimum.
Tell me who gon' stop me. I come from love.
Kendrick makes a reference to himself as he moves with love, strong morals, and integrity, and by living this way, he feels unstoppable. In contrast, as we heard on Euphoria, he doesn't feel like Drake has the same values at all. So, in Kendrick's mind, this is like a battle of good versus evil.
Still cover my heart, then open me up.
So, Kendrick
we pretty much view it as like me stopping him is like stopping evil. But all the sins he accused Drake of doing, and I don't know what Drake done. All I'm saying what he's been accused of. So that's why I'm not jumping on the fence, over the fence, saying he a PDF file. But hey, like I said, bro, Kendrick probably know way more than what we know. So it's soon to come out. And like I said, Drake, you better not say nothing. Hey, Kendrick got some shit for you, bro.
Refers to someone by the name of Estelle. Now, it's not 100% confirmed, but this appears to be his grandmother. And when claiming that she covers his heart, he's alluding to her offering him protection. And I really tried to confirm who she is in relation to Kendrick. I went through his family tree, or I tried to.
Damn!
Very private. Like Drake's family tree, you can trace back to the 1800s.
Paid 115 Canadian dollars. God damn. Hey, what's the dirt be doing his research? That's why I fuck with him so much, man. That's crazy. He pull up heritage.com on this bitch.
But Kendrick's is on lock and key. Like there's nothing there. But when it comes to Estelle,
look at my family tree. I'm about to look at it after this. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, let's see my great grandmama. Where was she living at?
well, he's mentioned her before.
Heartbroken when Estelle didn't say goodbye.
There's also the fact that during Coachella, he had her name on his custom boots, where it clearly reads Estelle Oliver. Okay. Estelle Oliver on his mother's side. So I believe this is his grandmother.
Remember when picked up a pen, lyrics that I can trust, timid soul, staring in the mirror, asking where I was from.
Kendrick appears to be reminiscing on a simpler time. When he first picked up the pen, he didn't have much to prove, but it also seems like he didn't have a lot of confidence. It's suggested in
It's so crazy that we only halfway through this song and he breaking this shit down like it's the fucking Bible. Like we on the 100 page of a book, bro. 200 page of a book. That's how deep and layered these bars is, man. That's why I feel like this man destroyed him, bro. We not even done with this track. We only halfway. We didn't even get to the second verse. That's crazy, bro. Let's keep this going. Like, damn.
The previous line that Estelle helped open him up, possibly helping him come out of his shell. And by all accounts, he was a very shy child, which really isn't that uncommon for these artsy type of kids. Like, they tend to be more withdrawn, right? And Kendrick himself.
That's what they fuck up at. Hey, I'm an introvert myself, man. Anybody that know me personally, my family and close friends, they know I'm a quiet dude in real life, bro. I could be funny at times, but I'm an introvert, bro. Kendrick, they said he's an introvert as well. But once you disturb our peace, we going to war, man. We killing your ass. Not killing, but yeah, you know, you get the picture. I'm telling you, bro.
These artsy type of kids, like, they tend to be more withdrawn, right? And Kendrick himself once shared a story of just how shy he was. There was a math question that I knew the answer to, but I was too scared to say it. And then this little chick said the answer, and it was the right answer, my answer. That bothers me still to this day, being scared of failure.
That's how I was.
And from his past lyrics, we know that his grandmother had a huge impact on the entire family.
Ever since grandma died, everyone parted ways, argue on holidays.
He even said that all those Grammys that he won, when he won all those in a row, he said those are all at her house.
My 7 trophies is at my granny's in heaven's arms.
And he did say when she passed away, he was heartbroken.
Grandma said I get some Jordans for my grades. That's my baby. When she died, my heart broke 100 ways.
So when he was younger, it seems clear that this woman had a huge impact on his life.
I know this type of power has gone cost, but I live in circadian rhythms of a shooting star.
Kendrick recognizes that he's asking a lot from the Lord while on this journey. Earlier in the verse, we heard him dream about becoming immortalized. He understands that the type of power that God has blessed him with comes with a cost. And to me, this first part of the verse here has a lot of references to God and religion. And in terms of Christianity, a shooting star means that God is with you. He's guiding you. Now, as far as the circadian rhythm line, let's look at this piece by piece.
Oh, shit.
A circadian rhythm is the internal process in the human body that regulates when you sleep and when you wake up, and it's all linked to the Earth's rotation. Now,
I'm learning, bruh. I never heard of that word ever in my life, but I'm learning from my guy right here, man. And from Kendrick as well, bro. That's what I'm saying, like, his vocabulary is so expansive, man. Man, this dude crazy.
Shooting star is a streak of light in the sky caused by a meteoroid burning up as it enters
Canadian
into
rhythm.
the Earth's atmosphere.
I've never
It's
heard
very
Canadian
fast,
rhythm.
but a brilliant phenomenon. By combining these ideas, Kendrick could be suggesting that, like a shooting star, his life or moments in his life are intense but fast. Plenty of meteoroids remain in space, and only some are destined to enter the Earth's atmosphere and become shooting stars.
Crazy.
Kendrick doesn't want to be another rock floating through space. He wants to make a lasting impact with his art, but he recognizes that he has a limited time on Earth to make this happen. He lives by his own rhythm, one that is unique compared to the typical predictable cycles most people experience. The life that he lives has intense, brilliant moments that stand out against the regular circadian rhythm. Coming off his previous line, this likely reflects his own impact on culture, where his presence is powerful and influential.
The mannerisms of Raphael, like an hero, they give you art.
Coming off the last line, Kendrick dishes out a triple entendre. Firstly, he refers to Raphael Urbino, a famous Italian artist who is ironically one of the big three artists that is responsible for curating a style of European art called
mannerisms of Raphael. That's the way he breaking these. This is a gift by him, man. Everybody go support him. Like I said, like, this is a gift by him, man. We only halfway through this song. We ain't even touched the second verse yet. And the way he breaking this shit down, we about 40 minutes in this, bro. It's like he breaking it down to a T, bro. He gonna start making you think, catching words you ain't never caught before, lines you ain't never caught before, and start make you think, bro. Learning about events you never knew that happened. You know, the girl that ended up, the 17-year-old girl ended up in Drake's bathroom. How the fuck she went in that bathroom, Drake? I'm just saying, though. I ain't know about that situation. Letting 17-year-olds in this bathroom, the Canadian rhythms, and all that. Man, this is deep, bro. This whole thing is just deep, man. Kendrick destroyed this man. And I would have never found out about none of these lines if it wasn't for What's the Dirt on my mom.
Secondly, Kendrick is talking about Raphael the Angel, which was one of the three angels that was referenced earlier, and Raphael is known for being a protector and healer.
Yup.
Lastly, Kendrick pulls qualities from
Biblical
both Raphaels by 1, providing people with genuine art, in this case music, and 2, his music acts as therapy for a lot of people and helps to heal them. And of course, last but not least, and this one went over everyone's heads, Raphael the Ninja Turtle. I'm fucking with you guys. I made that one up. He's just my favorite turtle, so
I'm about to say, damn, we got a triple line times around this bitch. Hey, shout out to Raph, man, for TMNT, man.
Yeah, the Ninja Turtle. I'm fucking with you guys. I made that one up. He's just my favorite turtle, so I took the opportunity to get him in there.
Where did they come up with this stuff?
But the industry's cooked as I pick the carcass apart.
So I look at this line very different from everyone else, and I'm not saying I'm right, but just hear me out. Kendrick says that the industry is cooked, and what I think he means by this is that the industry is a facade. Record labels are cooking the books and inflating the numbers. These labels are desperate and will do anything to give the illusion that their product is in high demand. By picking the carcass apart, I feel Kendrick is alluding to exposing even more industry secrets, as we heard exactly how he felt about it on Euphoria.
And fuck the industry too.
And I think what I'm saying makes even more sense on the next line.
That's a dangerous nigga to go against the industry, bro. Knowing how big of a monopoly is, how dangerous low-key it is. They, you know what I mean, conspiracy theories been going out here saying the industry killed such and such, you know, the Michael Jackson, the Prince. Not saying they killed them, but it's out there, bro. That's how dangerous these motherfuckers is. So him saying this shit, dangerous, man.
And I think what I'm saying makes even more sense on the next line.
Yeah, somebody's lying. I can see the vibes on act. Even he looking compromised. Let's peel the layers back.
So many people have accused academics of being on Drake's payroll and being on the record label's payroll. Now, it's no secret that record labels have been working with influencers, podcasters, streamers, and TikTok dancers to help with sales. However, it's even beyond sales because some of these guys like Aiden Ross and Kai Cenat seriously have the power to shape how an artist is perceived. Drake is UMG's golden boy, and I feel like Kendrick is insinuating that much like how they cook the books for their artist, the industry is crooked and manipulative, and they'll throw as many resources at this thing as possible to protect Drake's name.
Let's peel the layers back.
It's here where Kendrick appears to be threatening to expose more of these secrets as he plans to peel the layers back, which is something that Pusha said to Drake during their beef.
We just gonna peel it back layer by layer.
Now, I've been watching Academics from the very beginning, and he's a well-documented Drake super fan. I think he just loves Drake. It's his favorite artist. I don't think he's paid off or anything. I just think he's...
That's why I was about to say, though. I think he's just a super fan of Drake. Nothing wrong. I'm not saying he ain't on Drake payroll. I just feel like he could be a lot biased. That's no question right there. But I don't think Drake, like, he's on Drake payroll. He's just like a super fan of Drake. Just like how the Drake fans straight stand still defending Drake to this day, even though we all know who won the beef. And this right here clearly tells it right here. They still defend him. And that's cool, bro. And you got to understand that from another, like, they perspective as well. They super fans, bro. You just can't beat them. And bring up as much evidence against Drake that's going to destroy him. And they still going to defend him. Shit, it's people that still defend R. Kelly. It's still people that defend Diddy to this day. They super fans. It's what y'all want to call it, stands, bro. You just can't, you know? And that you could say that's academics, but I want to say like he's paid off by Drake and none, because it was a couple times where Act was fair to Kendrick, saying Kendrick diss tracks was fired towards Drake as well. So I want to say he was under Drake payroll or Drake paying him or something. He probably is, but he been fair to Kendrick as well. So yeah, that's what I feel like.
Just loves Drake. It's his favorite artist. I don't think he's paid off or anything. I just think he's a massive Drake fan.
Ain't no brownie points will be in your chest, harassing ant. Fucking with good people, make good people go to bed.
Kendrick makes reference to Drake's trolling antics from earlier on in the beef. Shortly after dropping the Push-Ups track, Drake decided to antagonize Kendrick's manager Ant by posting 2 pictures.
Oh, that's who he meant by Ant. So this, like, I guess he the manager of PG Lane, bro. Shout out to Ant. I ain't know when he said I ain't know who Ant was.
Decided to antagonize Kendrick's manager Ant by posting 2 pictures. Kendrick continues to paint Drake as the bad guy and bully in the situation by insinuating that Drake is picking easy targets. Ant is not a rapper and isn't known for causing issues with anyone, and because Kendrick is close with Ant, he's a good person to defend him. And remember on Euphoria, Kendrick said that he would inherit the beef for Pharrell, who, by all accounts, I believe is a pretty good dude.
Yeah, like when Drake went for Pharrell telling him get his legacy out of my house, that was a good bar. But I'm like, come on, bro. Hey, Pharrell probably, I don't know Pharrell personally, but everybody that talk about Pharrell that's in the industry, they say he one of the nicest, coolest, sweetest dudes, period, man. So that's like a bully tactics right there. That's bullying right there. You go for Pharrell, bro. Unless Pharrell did something to Drake. That's bullying right there.
For Pharrell, who, by all accounts, I believe is a pretty good dude.
Conspiracies about cash, dog, that's not even the leak.
So, coming off the last line about messing with good people, Kendrick references Drake's bullying tactics against The Weeknd's manager, Cash. A lot of people thought that Cash could have been the mole that was feeding Kendrick information, but he confirms here that this is not the source of the leak. But I think the line actually works in another way also. Conspiracies about Cash Dog also perfectly ties into Drake's claims about Kendrick and Top Dog, where Drake stated on push-ups that the label was extorting Kendrick and taking 50% of the profit.
Find the jewels like Cash Dog, I just need you to think.
Find the jewels like Cash Dog. Shout out to Cash Dog. She from Detroit too.
Kendrick really starts to play with Drake's head as he's asking Drake to think a little bit harder about who the mole could be. He makes a reference to
he talking about when Cash Dog someone robbed, broke in her crib, robbed, $500K her jewelry. Shout out to
Cash Doll, who was once robbed for $500,000 in jewelry. It would make a lot more sense if we could find out that it was someone close to Cash Doll that took this jewelry. But in order to do that, someone would need to watch all of her interviews.
It was around the time I lost a whole jewelry box full of jewelry in L.A. Somebody stole it from me.
Oh, I remember that. You went right.
It happened in L.A. too. Everything always come back to L.A., bro.
Okay,
and
we'll talk about that.
It hurted.
Because you didn't lose it, somebody took it.
Yes,
somebody stole it. So that's somebody you trusted.
Yeah.
But it's not just about the items too, right? It's also about the people that you have around you. Because that's also a warning call.
So Kendrick has clearly been paying attention, and the fact that it was someone inner circle that had a hand in taking his jewelry, this line just gained even more depth.
Yeah, because the mole, someone working in your camp, someone stole some of her jewelry that was in her camp. And allegedly, it's someone in OVO. Y'all know, man. Hey, this nigga, bro, you have to dissect this nigga bars to the T to fully understand it, bro. It gets deep.
That had a hand in taking his jewelry. This line just gained even more depth.
Find the jewels like Cash Dog. I just need you to think.
Tough line, man. You gotta say,
like
it is.
Dog.
Now, I don't want to feed too much into this Ebony Prince character from Twitter, but it is definitely interesting given the fact that he posted a bunch of jewelry and proof of receipts of alleged jewelry that Drake purchased. So, I mean...
That's where Drake lied at, bro. I think I had made a whole live stream about that. He alleged that Kendrick, he planted the whole, the Ozempic shit in that hotel. Drake alleged that he planted that there whole time. That Ebony Prince dude that I alluded to earlier, he said, nah, Drake, you left that there on 2 dates. I think he left it. He had a date in January and he left it in March, visiting that same hotel. And I guess Ebony Prince was a security guard there. I ain't gonna lie, the Ebony Prince dude is a fraud, but he wasn't lying about that. He found them items and he kept them. I don't know what he kept it for. I guess he tried to sell it. That's why I ain't gonna lie, he be lying sometimes. But he was telling the truth about that. Drake, you did not plant that. You pretty much left that there. I guess that Ebony Prince dude gave it to Kendrick. That's why y'all got the cover art like y'all got on 616. Then the whole picture and Meet the Grams.
And proof of receipts of alleged jewelry that Drake purchased. So, I mean, this could very well be in reference to all that. No one can confirm. It's all really weird.
Are you finally ready to play? Have you ever? Let's see.
Kendrick continues to turn up the heat and references his lyrics from Euphoria.
Have you ever played? Have you ever? Okay, nigga, let's play.
Now he really starts to mess with Drake's head.
Have you ever thought that OVO is working for me?
Kendrick cleverly attempts to make Drake question all those around him by suggesting that someone close to him is not really on his side.
Fake bully, I hate bullies. You must be a terrible person. Everyone inside your team is whispering that you deserve it.
So pretty self-explanatory. Kendrick continues to paint Drake as the bad guy and implies that even his own team are preying on his downfall, claiming that he deserves everything that's coming.
Can't Tussie slide about it. This one is just gonna resurface.
Kendrick references Drake's #1 smash, Tussie Slide. This was a track that had everyone dancing during the summer of 2020, which is something that Drake
The pandemic had us all dancing into anything, any song where that come with the dance and lingo. Man, everybody was dancing, bro, because we was all in the crib. I ain't gonna lie, I was Tussie sliding in my crib. I ain't gonna lie, that's what the pandemic had us doing.
is really good at doing.
Left foot up, right foot slide.
Now, Tussie Slide conveniently dropped just 3 months after a video surfaced of Drake where he's kissing a 17-year-old girl on stage. It took the internet by storm as Drake already had a past that raised a lot of eyebrows, and it was just 5 months before that where Drake paid $350K to a SA case, which was something that Kendrick referenced on Euphoria.
Oh yeah, he talk about have you ever paid $500K to an open case? That shit said $350K. I think I get what he mean. 500,000 Canadian. Oh, okay.
SA
That's
case,
what he's talking about.
which was something that Kendrick referenced on Euphoria.
Have you ever paid $500,000 like to an open case?
These were big stories at the time. Like, a lot of people talked about this shit. It was not a good look for Drake, so he drops this massive hit. And of course, that helps deaden the noise, right? However, when it comes to this beef, Kendrick seems to be saying that even if Drake pumps out another big hit, the damage that he's about to inflict in this war will never be forgotten. No matter what Drake says or does, he's not going to get away from what Kendrick's about to do. I mean, this is probably true. Not Like Us was a #1 record. Look what he was saying on there. Like, Drake couldn't even get away from the Ghostwriter shit. Like, this new stuff's pretty heavy. Like, it's gonna be hard to shake.
It was fun until you start to put money in the streets. They lost money because they came back with no receipts.
Kendrick insinuates that Drake is paying people to find dirt on him. Now, Kendrick, who lives a very low-key and private life, claims that Drake wasted his money since there's no dirt to be found.
Time out. Y'all remember the last time he tried to do that, allegedly? Remember when he got into a beef with Pusha T? Pusha T dropped the story of Adidon, and allegedly Drake tried to pay one of Pusha T homeboys from Virginia, that's where you from, any dirt on Pusha T, and dude had, I guess he exposed Drake for that. Like, nah, hell no, that's my boy. I ain't finna give up no dirt for you. That's what he said pretty much. And Drake tried to pay him to get any dirt out of him that he got Pusha T pretty much. Y'all remember that? Drake tried to do it again, I guess.
Claims that Drake wasted his money since there's no dirt to be found. And it's also clever because, you know, you can't get your money back from a store without the receipt.
I'm sorry that I live a boring life. I love peace, but war ready if the world is ready to see him bleed.
Kendrick claims that the world is ready to see him take Drake's head off. And when we think about this beef, it seems like this was really the case. Kanye even said that all the rappers were excited to eliminate Drake, and everyone from the casual hip-hop fan to people that didn't even listen to the genre were chiming in to tear Drake down. I mean,
it's so crazy. Like, the whole industry, and you can't say this about, like, every other popular artist that was in the industry before, because I don't think there's a lot of people that don't like Eminem for real. I don't think there's a lot of people, well, I ain't gonna lie, Jay-Z, it'd be a lot of Jay-Z people that don't like him. But everybody say, not everybody, he got some friends in the industry, but majority of the industry do not like this dude, bro. And it gotta be for a good reason, bro. I don't know Drake personally, I don't know how he is in real life, but if you got 30 motherfuckers that's high up in the industry say they don't like you, bro, they just said it's a 20v1. So 20 of them motherfuckers don't like your ass, bro. I ain't gonna lie, the producers and all that. So it gotta speak about your character, bro. If 30 people say one thing about you, bro, I don't know, I gotta believe them 30 people. If they say the same thing about you, bro, I'm just saying, bro. Now if it's one person, yeah, you can't really believe that, but the whole industry, bro.
To eliminate Drake, and everyone from the casual hip-hop fan to people that didn't even listen to the genre were chiming in to tear Drake down. I mean, it was at the point where people were hating on Drake and they didn't even know why. Like, they'd be like, I'm a fucking metalhead, but fuck Drake. So the word Elohim can actually be found in the scripture of multiple religions. In Christianity, it can be found in the Old Testament, and in Judaism, it's used in the Hebrew Bible. However, in both religions, it's recognized as a word for God. Kendrick could be using this here as a word of common ground between the two religions to state that regardless of the faith, he is the God. And in the exact same context, he uses this word on Family Ties, which is a record that I always thought was full of shots at Drake.
The Elohim, the rebirth. Before you get to the Father, you gotta holler at me first, bitch.
Now, the KTW thing is cryptic as it gets. Like, I cannot figure it out. I look for days and days. None of the theories that I saw make sense to me. I think it's something that only Drake is going to understand. But if one of
KTW, it's probably like a biblical verse or something. It got to be something related towards religion because he said Elohim before that.
You guys know, or you think you know,
only
leave
Drake
it in the comments. It drove me crazy.
No, you can't sleep. These images trouble you. Know the wires in your circle should puzzle you.
Kendrick continues with the mental gymnastics. He paints Drake as someone that is tossing and turning to figure out who the mole could be in his camp. He does this by referencing a wire in his circle, which is something that rats will wear when gathering information for the feds. And this is going over all of our heads because clearly the line is layered. There's something there. It's very eerie. It's very cryptic. There's something we're missing.
If you were street smart, then you would have caught that your entourage is only to hustle you.
Kendrick comes in with a bit of a cultural reference here. Drake isn't from the streets, but over the years has surrounded himself with street people. It's not uncommon in hip-hop for a rapper to have an entourage of people who are only around for their own benefit. So Kendrick's saying, like, Drake is so ignorant that he believes that these guys really like him when they're just
He basically saying he getting extorted, bro. I mean, if you gotta picture it like this, bro. And I ain't trying to bad Drake all this video, but if you surrounding yourself with a bunch of vultures, street niggas, and you got a Steve Urkel coming into y'all circle, that he got money too, y'all gonna start picking at him, try to extort. I call that extortion. I don't care, man. I call that extortion, man. Slowly picking at his bread and all that for they gain, monetary gain, that's extortion, man. He pretty much saying Drake getting extorted.
Drake is so ignorant that he believes that these guys really like him when they're just using him, and Kendrick's a little wiser to it. Like, he's seen this play before.
100 niggas that you got on salary, and 20 of them want you as a casualty.
Kendrick makes reference.
100 niggas that you got on salary, 20 niggas. Wait, go back to that.
100 niggas that you got on salary, and 20 of them want you as a casualty.
Kendrick and Drake's payroll. Now, this could be a reference to anything from the people that signed to his label, the team of writers that he's employed, streamers like Aiden Ross or Kai, his mob ties connection with Jay Prince, or any of the other street connections that he may have established over the years. And he's saying 20% of these guys want you out of here. Yep. They want you gone.
And one of them is actually...
And you gotta think about it, that's a large number. 100 niggas that you brought along, that you got on salary, 20% of them once you gone, oh, that's dangerous. That's dangerous, bro. I don't know what he mean by casualty, but I'm pretty sure that mean they want to kill you, bro. That's dangerous, bro. So Drake, you better keep an eye on them, bro. I ain't gonna
20% of these guys want you out of here. They want you gone.
And one of them is actually next to you, and two of them is practically tired of your lifestyle. Just don't got the audacity to tell you, but...
Now, I'll be honest, guys. I'm not going to sit here and pretend to know who Kendrick's talking about here. Is it 21 Savage? Is it 40? Is it Yachty?
He said the nigga that's next to you, so it gotta be one of them. 40, 21 Savage? With that Chubbs, nigga? Hey, Chubbs. Hey, let us find out.
Is it Chubbs? Who really knows? It does seem very specific, and Kendrick says this with such conviction, but at the same time, this could also just be a war tactic to get inside Drake's head even further to make him question absolutely anyone that's close to him. It's a crazy angle, but no one knows for sure who he's talking about.
Let me tell you some game, cause I can see you, my little homie. You playing dirty with propaganda, hit blow up on you.
Coming off the last line where Kendrick claimed that people close to Drake don't have the heart to tell him the truth, Kendrick claims that he's about to give some advice to Drake as he can see through his dirty propaganda and suggests that it's going to blow up in his face. This could be in reference to the narratives that Drake has been planting about his failed relationship with Whitney, the 50-50 split rumors with TDE, using streamers like Aiden and Kai to help with public perception, or cooking the numbers.
You're playing nerdy with Zach Bia and Twitter bots.
So remember what I mentioned earlier about...
I asked y'all, who was Zach Bia then? I guess it's the dude that was spamming Twitter bots up under Kendrick or something. Anybody that defend Kendrick, he was up under there saying, oh, Kendrick is trash. He would say something like that. That's who Zach Bia is. I don't know. I guess that's the dude that be setting up the bots.
Kendrick's thoughts on the music industry when it comes to cooking the numbers. Popular influencer Zach Bia hosted an online DJ segment on his Instagram during COVID-19. The show garnered a huge amount of traffic, and he even premiered Drake's hit Tootsie Slide.
It's about to be the hottest song in the world. Song of the summer.
No sequence.
What Kendrick is trying to get across here is that Drake uses every resource imaginable to manipulate the masses. He drives this home even more with the reference to Drake using Twitter bots during the beef, which is something else that he was accused of doing.
But your reality can't hide behind Wi-Fi.
Kendrick claims that what he's about to reveal about Drake will be so extreme that all his old tactics won't work anymore.
I can't wait for him to break down that Meet the Grams track. That's finna be devastating. Niggas thought this shit was, oh man, that Meet the Grams, that's gonna be a bomb, man. I can't wait till we do it, bro. I'm gonna stay tuned, man. Like I said, I fuck with him heavy, bro.
This ties perfectly into what he said earlier about not being able to Tootsie Slide his way out of the situation by using someone like Zach Bia for internet games.
Your little means is losing steam, they figured you out.
Kendrick claims that Drake's Instagram memes and the trolling that he was doing is losing steam, which is 100% correct. In hindsight, all the childish bullshit that Drake was doing online only made him look even more ridiculous when this beef came to a close.
It really annoys me because when Drake went against Meek, he was quiet. He let the music talk. And now in this beef, he acted like Meek. He had the Twitter fingers. He was doing all these memes.
Thank you. I'm glad. Hey, it's my dog right here. I'm glad he said this, bro. And this for all the people that's saying Kendrick doing too much. Y'all seen what he did to Meek Mill? He killed Meek Mill, right? He went on stage, posted all the memes of everybody posted about. Y'all seen that show, the OVO show, where he performed back to back when that shit came out? He went on a whole celebration run, press run of him destroying Meek Mill, bro. Now Kendrick is doing too much now. You can't have it both ways. You can't win, bro. You can't win in this world, man. You can't win in this world, bro. It's so crazy.
And it just made him look ridiculous.
The first opinions is not convincing. Y'all need a new route.
So again, back to the streamers, influencers, podcasters.
Y'all need a new route.
So again, back to the streamers, influencers, podcasters, and media personalities. Many said that UMG and Drake were paying these people off, forcing opinions.
It's a little bit ridiculous. I mean,
hey Drake, what my check at, man? I don't know. I love Family Matters, man. And I said that was one of the best songs in the beat. What my check at? UMG, show me love. Y'all so quick to give me copyright claims and all that. Damn, where my love at? I'm just saying, bro. Hey, I need my check. Hey, I say I love Family Matters and I like push-ups, man. Where my cut at, man? I'll be quick as hell to give me a copyright claim. Y'all don't give me shit.
We're paying these people off, forcing opinions.
It's a little bit ridiculous. I mean, even people were saying that I was paid off by Drake. Tons of people. It's like if anyone says anything good about him, they're on some sort of payroll. Like maybe he's doing some things right. Maybe some people agree with him. You know what I mean?
People thought I was getting paid by Kendrick. I'm saying, bro, if anybody I only had, what was it, 70, 80K, bro. I ain't getting paid by no Kendrick, PG Lane, or nothing, bro. It just, I call it what I see or what I hear. He's winning the beef. That's what I said, bro. I ain't getting paid by nobody.
It's time that you look around on who's around you. Before you figure that you're not alone, ask what Mike would do.
So in the first line,
Not
Kendrick
alone,
is
ask what Mike
advising
would do.
Drake to take a good look at his team, assess the situation, and start questioning who's really loyal here. He then suggests that Drake is not alone with his OVO team, meaning that someone from outside is always present. I mean, this whole planting seeds of doubt in Drake's brain about his crew is like a huge angle in the latter part of this record. To end things off, Kendrick tells Drake to think about what Mike would do, which is definitely a reference to Michael Jackson, as he also quotes his song, You're Not Alone. What's even more interesting is the fact that R. Kelly wrote this record for MJ, and we all know about R. Kelly and what he was into. Another MJ.
This shit get deeper, bro. This shit get fucking deeper, man. R. Kelly wrote that record for Mike, man. R. Kelly. And they ain't, I'm not saying Drake is PDF file like I said, but hey, if all the things Kendrick said is true about him, they comparable.
A flip, and again, this one is fire. Finally, we also got to consider that MJ's personal doctor, someone who he was obviously close with, was proven guilty in court of killing MJ with a cocktail of medication.
They only gave that bastard 2 years, man. You killed a billionaire. I still to this day get mad at that, bro. What's that nigga name? Conrad Murray, whatever the fuck his name. That sleazy slime ball nigga, bro. You get 2 years for killing a fucking billionaire? One of the greatest to ever do it? Man, that's crazy, bro. I want to find that nigga. If that's one person I want to find to beat his ass, I want to find him, bro. You killed the legend, man. Goddamn, man. We love Michael,
was proven guilty in court of killing MJ with a cocktail of medications. So again, Drake needs to be careful of who's around him because they might just be responsible for his downfall. And I got to be honest with you
said
guys.
20 niggas want you as a casualty, too. That's a play on that line, too. Drake, man, you better move lightly, man. Stay out the way, bro.
This record was extremely difficult to break down. It is very cryptic. The way that it's written is mind-boggling.
Man.
I know I missed a lot of shit because I know there's a lot of stuff in here that Drake is only going to...
What's the dirt? I promise you didn't miss nothing. Nothing. Not one line. You got everything, bro. You did your job on this, bro.
...get, and no one else will. But in saying that, we got Family Matters coming up next.
Family Matters.
And that's an amazing record, and I feel like it got overshadowed. I feel like a lot of stuff got missed, and I'm really, really excited to break down Family Matters.
And that guy, what's the... I'm gonna watch that too, man. Hey. This is one of the best videos I ever watched on YouTube, man. Shout out to What's the Dirt, man. Everybody go subscribe and support to this brother. And it made me like the video. There you go. Well, you let me like the video. Well, there you go. Everybody go subscribe to this brother, man. Very educated. Bro, how long was this actual track? I think it was like 3 minutes or something. No longer than 3 minutes, but this shit fit the way the bars, he broke down the bars and how layered it was. Broke down every situation. The triple line, double line tendres, bro. The way he described Kendrick is rapping in the perspective of Drake. He fit all this to a 3-minute track. Turned out to be a 55-minute video, man. Yeah, 55 minutes and 48 seconds to be exact, man. This man is gifted, bro. Everybody go subscribe to this brother, man. This dude is gifted, bro. Hey, you put on this earth to do what you do right now. Breaking down bars, and he's special, man. Cause I don't think this song is no longer than 3 minutes, bro. And he turned this to a 58-minute or 55-minute video, man. That should go to show you how deep Kendrick bars is, bro. Like I said, you gotta listen to his songs. Some people don't got the attention span, but I do, bro. I love breaking down bars, man. That's why I got my channel for it. But I would have never broken down the way he did it on this one, bro. A lot of situations I ain't never know of. Probably some of y'all never even heard of before, man. Definitely gonna tune in to, I think he said he about to do Family Matters. I'm gonna watch that. I can't wait. I don't know if he did. Hold on, let me see. I'm gonna check after. I don't know if he did Meet the Grams, but that shit gonna turn into 2 hours, man. I ain't gonna lie. We're gonna have to turn that to a live stream, man. You feel me? But like, subscribe if y'all new. Like I said, go support this brother. What's the Dirt? His channel link is going to be in the description, man. Y'all go show the utmost love to his channel, man. This is one of the best YouTube videos I ever watched, man. The way he broke it down. I think some of the lines Kendrick were like, if he ever watched this, he'd be like, damn, bro, I ain't never thought about that. Just the way he broke this shit down, man. It's crazy, man. But shout out to What's the Dirt, man. Peace and love to y'all, man. It's your boy Ahmad. I'm out. I love y'all.